I usually don't break entire games down like this, but I do want to teach you guys about handling Threadlings and handling the Strand Hunter loadout. And coming up right here, I make one of the first mistakes you should never do against Threadlings. Never stand near a wall, never stand near any type of corner, because as much as I like to think about these as grenades, they are also colony rounds. And for anyone that remembers the insectoid robot grenade launcher, they go up walls, they do damage. It just really doesn't matter where you are. You have to kind of be out in the open. Now that I've pushed up this far, being out in the open, kind of trying to backtrack will be hard for me. As you can see right here, I get tagged by some more Threadlings. I try to jump back out into the open, get bursted down by a guy with a pulse rifle. Then as I get picked up, I have to think about where the last guy that just shot me was, so I look forward. More Threadlings. They're pesky. I don't think that they're outright super ultra mega broken if you know what you're doing, but they're pesky. Another fake radar ping. That's another thing you have to watch out for. I jump up, hit none of my shots because I'm terrible. Turn this corner, get a trade pretty much, and then someone standing on top of that little lip. That's something I have to just watch out for in player movement, but we don't win this round. Next round, but on this side, I make the same mistake pretty much, but this time they're pretty much attritioned out of grenades and stuff. Right at this moment, I actually could just push into them, but that wouldn't be the best idea as, well, we have flag control. My best option is to bide my time, shoot any potential Threadlings, because as they do damage, they actually get their grenades back, but then my teammate gets picked off, so that's unfortunate. I trade that pick out, I jump up, I slide over, grab another guy. Do I grab another guy? Yeah, grab another guy. Then it's a 1v1 situation. 1v1s with Threadlings are pretty tough, as they can just kind of toss it at you and then go back to wherever they were. It doesn't really matter what you do. He gets a res, then it's a 2v1, and I pretty much know I'm going to lose this round. Yeah, unless somebody mispositioned there, which I was looking for, I wasn't winning that round. But this is where our luck starts to change. 2 rounds in, they've attritioned themselves out. Even though they have threat of generation going, so when they do damage, they get grenades, they didn't do as much damage as they should have. On top of that, my teammate got a pick. So as you see, we immediately stroll in. We're trying to look for damage, just trying to clear them off of that res. Again, as you can see, Threadling clones are incredibly pesky, but as long as you don't make some wide-eyed ultra push, it should be a pretty easy clear. That's the first round that goes to us, and that's pretty much all the confidence me and my team needs to actually win this game. Now, coming into the next round, I like to position right behind the heavy, as you can get a lot of surprise people. Like, as you crouch, you kind of look for things. He's using Wishender, so I'm immediately like, actually, all my plans are bad. I'm a terrible player. I have to think about my life. I start teabagging because he can probably see me through the wall. And here's something that I always forget to mention, but is always super important. Count the opponent's abilities. It's always good to know why someone would use this ability at this time when they have the options of this or this. Like, as this guy has a bow and he's on the strand kit, I would think, doesn't he have his threaded spike? Can he just like headshot threaded spike me and I'm dead? So he clearly must not have it. And luckily, since he used his dodge around this corner, if I have another push opportunity later, he won't be able to actually, capitalize on it. So throw a nade. My teammate takes him out with the frisbee. I check this lane to really stop out any potential pushes, but then I see Threadlings coming out of the door, so I know that they're on my left. Now, even though the opponents weren't paying attention to me, this was not the greatest push ever. If they were looking at their radar, like, hard, they both look to the right. They both take me out because there's no one really there confronting them from the front. But, hey, we're in console lobbies. That's okay. Game is now even 2-2. I have to figure out, hey, how can we make a potential breakthrough? How can we actually, really get these guys? I'm 3/4 of my super. Let's go tier 4 super gang. I come right here, and I don't really know why, but I do an aggressive push. I come across here, have my shotgun out. They don't really have anything that can fight against a shotgun besides their threaded specter. But right here, I had to show a little bit of trigger discipline. I miss my shot. He sees exactly where I am. I shoot the Threadling. I just die. I aim completely center him before I pull the trigger. And then as soon as I pull it, I know that I was in the threaded specter activation range. So I immediately run away. And this Threadling right here definitely should have killed me. Immediately after getting that pick, I just run across. I'm looking to help my teammates as much as possible. I miss my shotgun completely because I'm bad, but he jumps into the air, which is the worst thing you can do. Then I immediately look back to where that res was, but my teammate picks up the third guy. We are now up 3-2. Round six, I have the exact same plan. I am looking to pretty much come around this left side. Right here, I look immediately up to my radar and see that there's a gigantic blotch of yellow. That means that this guy is pretty much directly in front of me. Or it could be a potential strand clone. How I try to feel those out with my grenades. So as I toss this nade out to get a feel for where everything is, I get a bunch of damage numbers. I go in anyway. I'm honestly incredibly lucky here that this guy didn't just shoot me. Yeah, no, I'm incredibly lucky that he didn't just slide and shotgun me, but he doesn't, and I get a pick. That pick means a lot. I also have my super now. But my health will start regenerating as soon as I start running. I'm full by the time I'm really in a gunfight. I do some damage on this guy on the right, and then I look to my left, and then there's 17,000 Threadlings upon ye, and then I look back, and I get hit with a wave frame grenade launcher. But my teammates clean it up real nice. That is now 4-5. That is a 4-round sweep. This right here is the greatest weakness of the Strand Hunter build. When they aren't using any form of suspend, they cannot stop you from sitting here in a bubble. I wait my time out just to sit around. Now, what can they do? Throw Threadlings? Threadlings don't do any damage to a bubble. Do they try to dodge inside of the bubble? That's going to be incredibly hard to do, especially since I have one of the best shotguns in the game. For some reason, my teammate doesn't want to be in the bubble and he dies, but I'm already capturing. See, he can't really do anything. This Strand clone can't explode inside of my bubble. I can't even shoot it. He walks in. Don't ever do that again. And as you can see, they're throwing Strand, but that doesn't really help them at all. So, yeah, GG's. That's the worst part of being a Strand Hunter is your super just won't come until like round 8. And then for some post-trials notes, I finish it off with 11 flawlesses, 2.25 KD, 118 wins, and 38 losses. Over this week, I've learned that I really, really, really need to work on alternatives to sniping. For those that don't know, I can both snipe and use shotguns. It doesn't really matter to me. When I am sniping, I feel like I need a different zoom level for every single encounter. It feels weird. Sometimes I want to get aggressive with my sniping, which would be more towards shorter zoom scopes. But then sometimes I'm fighting, like, for example, Threadling builds, and I might need to stay way further back, and I need a long zoom scope. And it's kind of jarring for my eyes to, like, constantly switch between, hey, the dot's directly on their forehead, and then it's like, oh, it's actually, like, 5 feet away from their forehead. So I need to find a comfortable zoom level for myself and pretty much work with that singular sniper. If anyone has any recommendations, please send them in. Also, for those that might say your audio quality is bad, everything you see, everything I make comes from a phone, so I don't have any real ultra mega choice in it. But yeah, trials was fun. Definitely need to work on sniping. Need to work on being less angry too, to realize that my teammates are just people that want to have fun. While I don't personally agree that you should be trying to go into trials to have fun, they're here. The trials player base needs players of all forms, fashions, skill levels, or it becomes what it was in Beyond Light. And if anyone remembers Beyond Light Trials was terrible. It was actually really, really bad. It was really just Stasis Hunters. It was just Stasis Hunters. I like to call it the cold winter. But yeah, you guys stay safe, stay blessed. Don't do crime. Crime is bad? Is crime bad? I'll stop talking.